It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And if you just stepped in, we've had so many great discussions. This was particularly around mental health. And, now I want to actually pause on self-care. And I've got some friends on this couch to help you with your overall well-being. Now, the hustle and bustle of life, it's real. As you know, as we head to the end of the year, it's even more pressured. So we need to approach this personal journey with something that really, really feeds our unique needs. And we need to uncover a balanced routine that resonates with everybody. In fact, with you personally, it's okay. As Carissa was saying, self-care, not selfish, it's enabling, it's empowering. So here to discuss the ins and outs, we have some self-care professionals. Okay, this is very, very important. So BIC hashtag Choose Soft panel, Glamour's editor, we've got editor-in-chief, Nontando is here, we've got a counselor, Yasmin, and we've got a fitness expert, Shai, and they are all ready to help self-care connect with your mental health, which is fantastic. Ladies, what a privilege and a pleasure. It's so nice to have all of you.
Thanks for having us.
So let's talk about this whole self-care thing. I think people think self-care is, I took a shower. Self-care. Is it really that much? Now, it's a different type of world we're living in. So I want to just describe a bit more around the addition of self-care into your life on a different number of fronts, which I'm loving. Because we've got something we've got lifestyle, we've got psychological, we've got fitness, and I think this is a great balance over here. So let's go down our panel for a second. Adding self-care, and Nontando, I'm going to start with you. Mm-hmm. How important is that in the type of life that perhaps you live in, and how you think it'll enable people?
I think for all of us, hard lockdown highlighted just how much we need to take care of ourselves.
Yes.
So since then, I've been prioritizing me, and it looks, in different forms, goes from mentally, physically, spiritually. I need to feed all of the three elements for me to do better in my work and just cope with life in general.
Yeah, I mean, you're editor-in-chief.
Yes.
So a lot of your energy, if I'm getting this right, you distribute a lot of your energy.
Yes.
Would it be safe to say that self-care is retaining a lot of that to serve your own happiness and yourself?
That's correct.
Is that a good identifier as to what it would be in your life?
Yeah.
Yasmin, just in terms of a counselor approach of self-care, it's also up here, isn't it?
I think we always confuse the mind for being up here.
Right.
When the whole body is the mind. All your senses is the mind. I think that's the first thing I'd like everybody, any sense that you have is the mind.
Love it.
That's it.
I love it.
So taking care of anything that's physical, mental, that's taking care of the mind.
Very true.
So,
and even the way you use your body, Shai, that's also part of self-care. It's not just like I need to get the abs and I need to get this.
Yeah.
A part of it's got to be intentional to feed yourself and your psychological happiness as well. Do you find that in your work?
Yeah, I think taking care of myself allows me also to take care of others. Because for me, with fitness and things, I always have to be my best for my clients, for my kids, and at home.
Yeah.
So me physically moving and keeping myself accountable helps me do the best for them as well.
That is brilliant. Yeah. Because, a healthy body, healthy mind, healthy mind, healthy body, this is all connected. But let's go down this panel again, because I'd love to know just a little tidbit of an intentional way where you in your respective fields actually focus on self-care as a priority. So, editor-in-chief, let's be honest here, this is, it's a powerful position. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned to you the energy goes all over the place. So how do you intentionally, possibly every day, add self-care to your routine?
I aim to at least take a 5K walk.
Wow.
Yeah, every day in the morning or in the afternoon, whether I'm walking down the promenade, whether I'm at the gym, just strolling on the treadmill. And just meditating, which goes from anything from 5 to 10 minutes, just looking inwards and checking in with myself. Nontando, how are you feeling today? Goes a long way.
That is brilliant. In fact, to Yasmin, as a counselor, I need to just shift the question just for a second for you. Hustle and bustle often is seen when you're busy. Busy says productive. Hustle and bustle, it means I got my game going, I'm feeling good, I'm busy all the time. And I want to actually talk about how toxic that can be to your self-care practices, because you're like, no, it's cool, I'm just going to give out all my energy and I'm going to be good. I'm making money, I'm feeling good. But how toxic can that be for somebody?
I think just take a bit of a step back and understand what self-care is. Self-care is just the ability to be gentle with yourself. That's it.
There we go.
If you're gentle with yourself, it doesn't matter how hustle bustle you are.
Yes.
It's the ability, that critic, when it comes up, how do you soothe that critic into whatever you're doing? And there's your self-care. So it doesn't really matter with mental, physical, or how you're running or taking or showering.
Yes.
It's what you're doing with yourself when you're by yourself.
That's
And
beautiful.
and there's your self-care. So whatever you're doing, if it's gentle, you are taking care of yourself. And there's your routine.
Thank you for saying that.
Right.
It's powerful. There are people that need to hear that right now. And then Shy, on a level of physicality, I know that stretching and mobility and meditation can go hand in hand and actually help the overall nervous system settle down. So in terms of the way you add things, especially when, I mean, obviously you're going to push clients to their brink, to their breaking point, but that's going to make them stronger. I know there's some clients that are watching are like, Shy, not Shy again, my legs, I got you. But I want to know about, what hack could you add? Somebody says that I'm too busy to exercise. As a fitness expert, can you just give them a little hack to try and just get some of that physical self-care going?
So I've kind of started something on my page recently.
Lovely.
Where I kind of I'm taking people back to the basics, like
Yes.
especially the moms. I call them the momsies.
Yeah.
Just to do things that are simple within your house. So like if you have your kids, maybe just stand there for a bit. I said sit on the wall. If you're having a conversation with your daughter, do a little bit of a stretch, like anything
Yes.
that you can add in your household, basic things. Because I think just the stress about people actually going to the gym or walking out of the door is a bit sometimes stressful for some
Yes.
people. So I'm kind of like still getting back into the Instagram busy life.
That's okay.
But I'm trying to just get that back into the phase where we take it back to day one, or simple, use a pillow or use whatever you have within your house to do some movements, just basic movements.
And I think, isn't that subtlety and the priority around just thinking about the smaller things that you're doing for your body? Even if something like, I've seen that viral video where whenever you hear your child calling mommy, you do a squat.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen that. Mommy! Squat. I just like that. So that's what I'm saying. I think I like that. I like that constant awareness of the priority of self, which I'm liking. And I wanted to discuss this further in our part 2, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. We have so many different questions. And I mean, I'd like to know about your self-care habit. I want you to be open with it. If it's something that you believe is something that added to your day and could enable something else, could you perhaps share that, please, on 063 408 8863. You may think, it's nothing. Trust me. If it's enabling your self-care, we'd like to hear about it and share it. You can be enabling somebody else here today as we continue our discussion on self-care and mental health on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we want you to do and feel just that, feel good and do good. Now we're back with our incredible BIC Soleil #ChooseSoft panel to continue the intriguing discussion on self-care in a modern-day society filled with hustle and bustle, but where is the self-care? And that's why it's so important for us to jump back in. We've got Nontando, Yasmin, and Shai here, and they are all in different fields. Editor-in-chief one, a counselor the other, fitness expert the other. So this is really great to get multiple versions of insight as to what self-care is. So let's go into the encouragement around self-care. Nontando, I want to start with you. For these busy people that have just a lot of things going on and they are making top decisions and they're doing a lot of things all at once, like you do, as the editor-in-chief. However, you still remain glamorous, which is obviously part of your job as well. But I'd like to ask you just about encouraging people around you to take on self-care habits that work for you. What are some of those that you could inspire?
Yeah. I would say start by checking in with yourself in the morning when you wake up. Like take a moment to just check in. How are you feeling? Anticipate the day. What do you have planned? Because that adds a bit of excitement also in your life. Like have a feel-good playlist of music as a pick-me-up when you need it during the day. Just breathe also, because sometimes we forget to breathe and it adds so much into our bodies, also in our mental self. So just those small little things can go a long way.
That's fantastic and very inspiring, and I need people to hear this. Yasmin, just from a counselor perspective, self-care, It's something that people use quite often, but it can really positively impact your life. In what ways have positive self-care interventions helped people that have come to see you and people that you've been around?
I think it's just to piggyback of what you said and just to add to that, I think it's literally life-changing and it's not big things.
Yeah.
It's the small things that you do for yourself. We often think it's so grand gestures. We have to get to the gym. We have to do that. It's just getting up in the morning. Think cortisol. Just think cortisol. How do we bring cortisol down? That's it. Just think cortisol. What can I do? And that will set the tone for the day. Set your tone for the day. And that will speak to the whole day and set your evening, the tone for the evening, and that will set how you wake up in the morning. So there's two elements. I mean, there's so much you can say on this topic, but set your day and set your evening, and I think you're good to go, you know?
It's a condensed version, by the way, because I know for a fact we have so much more to unpack, but we need to give you the nuggets that you can take into your workday. Shai, from a fitness expert like yourself, there are days where someone is going to wake up and say, I can't. I can't do this. I need to just lay. I'm not strong enough today. I don't want to go work out. But knowing that physicality is so important for a great, well-rounded idea of self-care, how do you break through that? I think this is probably something that your clients feel a lot, and I need to.
I think it's not about the fact that you have to break through it. I think at that moment in time, if your body feels and your mind feels that you need to take that rest, it's very important to do so. Because yes, we do want to get to the gym. Yes, we do want to work out. But I feel like that one moment where you actually feel like you need to take that break or step back, I mean, you can always get back tomorrow and the next day. You need to listen to that part of your body.
Okay.
Because putting yourself under stress also, just to get, for example, to the gym every single day, it's going to be like it's more something like you need to do it, or it's a want because it's a routine. It's good to have a routine, but like they said as well, self-care for yourself mentally, it's also going to be where the rest days is also important.
Okay.
Because that's the time that your body actually heals and becomes stronger, so that tomorrow you can actually go harder.
Yes.
Understand?
And I think it's important. Can I also just add that isn't it important to say that you not getting up for gym that morning is not a failure?
Yeah.
It's part of your spectrum of self-care, which is valuable.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of people feel that way. They
No,
don't wake up for gym because they wanted to rest that day. They listen and then they're like, oh, now I only went to gym 4 times this week, or I only went to... And I think that's so important mentally. And to reduce the cortisol response is to say, I've taken a break today. I've added something. I didn't take something away.
You just need to relax and just rest.
Rest is also
Yeah,
productive.
it's very... It's,
Just, sorry, for those in the back, I need you to say this. Woo! Here we go. This is why she's a counselor. Say that again.
Rest is also productive.
I want to give you a round of applause. I do. No, I do, because I think that's the thing. Our problem, and this is why we're talking about modern day self-care, our problem is that we think that it's productive to express our energy onto everything that we do. And I get it. It looks great on Instagram. But that rest and being quiet for that day and sitting with yourself, as we've mentioned earlier, that's productivity right there, which is so beautiful. And I think every one of you echoed in different fields very much the same message. You know, you're very, number one, intention about self-care and what you do. It doesn't matter, you could be an editor-in-chief, a counselor, a fitness expert, but everybody's very intentional on this couch about saying, this is my moment to meditate. This is my moment to just take stock. This is my moment to take a deep breath and say, I don't need to go to the gym today. I'm not feeling it, so this is how it goes. And those are all moments of productivity and serve your self-care, which is fantastic. Ladies, each one of you are just phenomenal. An inspiring woman, and I want to say thank you. You really are, all of you.
Kyle.
No, thank you. Whether it be an editor-in-chief, and I know that's a lot of stress, but there's got to be a way to maintain self-care. You've shown that that's possible. From a counselor perspective, I mean, self-care is your entire job, but I can tell that you practice what you preach. And from a fitness perspective, the most powerful thing you said, because I know you can push people to the limit in what you do, but you've just said rest is also pushing yourself to a different type of place, and I think that's special. This is wonderful. Honestly, these ladies can come back anytime. 3 powerful women sharing with you, and I think the echo here is rest can also be productive. Oh, I love that. Now, how do you look after your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being? Do let us know in the socials. Make sure you join us again next week for another insightful panel discussion. Till then, choose soft with Soleil Escape Jasmine and Eucalyptus 5 Blade for a stress-free shaving experience that tickles all of your senses. Self-care.